Katherine from Lavishcraft, and I want to talk to you today about the problem with free opt-ins. And I'm not saying that they're a bad thing, but they do take time and they do take your energy. And so I would recommend not saying yes to every awesome opt-in that you come across, because it's going to lead you to want to work more in depth with the person who is providing it, whether that's a one-on-one service or a course that you DIY your way through. All of it is really beneficial, granted. And a lot of the opt-ins have a lot of value that they can give you. However, you have to start thinking about your business and your brand, because a lot of times it's easy to continue working on the back end and spending your time always improving things in a way that no one's going to really see initially. And if you're struggling to get clients, then it's really not where your energy should be put. So it can be costly to you, even though you aren't actually spending money. You really need to be focusing on what kind of actions you can be taking to better your brand presence for your client, or for your potential clients, if you're struggling to actually retain or gather clients in the first place. I don't say no to all free things and all free opt-ins. I often say yes to them, but I put them through a filter before actually saying, yes, this is going to help me, because I know that it's going to lead me to wanting to spend my money and my time doing more work with that person, most likely. And I like to put all course purchases and service purchases through this filter as well. So it's kind of like, by putting a filter on how I'm going to spend my time on free offers, I can also double filter it on what I will be spending my time and money on when it comes to actually taking the next step. The reason why I don't like to say put a cap on how many courses you're actually going to purchase in a year, or how much money you're going to spend on courses in a year, is because things change, your business grows, and sometimes you realize that you really do need something, and it's not a very flexible plan, and it could actually hurt you if you just put a cap on it and say, no, I'm not purchasing anything this year, or I'm not purchasing anything beyond this XYZ this year, because you really do need it for your business. Sometimes I have a checklist that I go through, and it only has 3 questions on it, and they're really the most important questions for me to answer, and I think for anyone to really answer before saying yes to a course. Question 1, and this is the most important one: how will this opt-in or course help my progress in my business moving forward? If you don't have a clear idea as to how this offer is going to help you right now, you don't need it, period. Because there's many other things that you are going to be able to spend your time and energy on that is going to have more impact on your business at this stage. The second question I like to ask is, do I have time to implement this right now? Sometimes it's more beneficial to not take on more than you can handle and say no to an offer right now, even though you know that it could be useful in the future. But if you say yes to everything, then it just piles more on your plate and distracts you from what you really should be doing. Even if the price is going to go up in the future, if it's not going to serve you right now, then it's just not going to serve you right now, and it's not something you need to worry about. And the third and final question I like to ask is, do I have the money for this? Now, the reason why this is last is because if you really need it, you can find a way to do it. It may be, like I said earlier, that it just means that you're going to spend a little bit more on it in the future if you really don't have the money for it right now, and you really don't actually need it right now. But if you do need it, then you should definitely try and find a way to make it work. Whether that is, liquidating a couple of things you've been holding on to, or trying to offer a quick pop-up service to your email list and audience to, make a couple of bucks real quick so that you can actually afford it. Like I said, I like to run this checklist through all of the opt-ins that I say yes to, because a lot of times The opt-ins that I'm interested in, and I'm sure many others are interested in, will take time. And if it's not time that is going to be benefiting, my progress moving forward, then is it really time I should be spending? That's the big question. And the answer is no. Regardless how much we want to do it, it's just not our time, and we need to respect that. And maybe it will come around in the future again, and at that point in time, you can run it through the checklist yet again. You can get on their email list so you can see when they're running their next promotion, so you can reassess, is this my time now? Is this time for me to actually purchase this course, or is it time for me to actually complete this opt-in, or just kind of decide whether or not it's really something you need for your business now. And if it's not something that you have a clear idea as to how it can help you, then chances are you don't really need it. I hope that this has been helpful, and I will see you soon.